Hi, counsel. Are you checking in on a case? I remember you from this morning. Who are you checking in on?
Hi, good afternoon. I'm checking in on Elisha Kegler.
Okay. Okay, he is on our list. Madam Clerk, do we have all of our files at this time?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we have all of our files, so your person should be on shortly. Stand by. We just have to get DDC online.
Okay. And I don't need a breakout room or anything, so whenever you're ready, I'll be here.
Very good. Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks.
Hello. Hi, DDC, can you hear us? DDC? DDC, can you hear us? Patterson, do we have a number where we can call them and find out what camera is available that we can call in so we can get the docket going? DDC? 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 DDC. DDC, can you hear us? DDC. Are they answered?
Go back to see if they're in contact with them.
Hey, John, since we got selling the arraignment, we're trying to get in contact with you guys. What camera is that, Carmen?
Tell them what camera can we dial in on so we can get people in front of the camera.
Oh, okay. All right. She said camera 4 is loud, so they can't use that camera. So she said the interpreter is almost finished on camera 1.
All right, thank you. I'll take that form. Thank you. Looks like they're coming out now.
About to let her know that you're on camera for it.
What's that?
Council's about to let DDC know that you're on camera for it.
They just told us not to use it because Madam Clerk was just on the phone with somebody and said,
Camera 4 was too loud.
I'll let her know.
I just need to know where do we need to dial in. I'm assuming it's going to be camera 1. Hey, Council on Kegler? Council on Kegler?
Yes?
Okay, listen, we have a Spanish interpreter. We're trying to kind of work with that while we have the interpreter. So just sit tight. As soon as we've got everything free and clear with the interpreter, we'll be able to get your person on camera as soon as we can, okay?
Okay, no problem.
Thank you, ma'am.
They're about to be off camera in a couple seconds.
Thank you. Okay, council, because there were tech issues or audio issues, we've got Min's camera one tied up. About how much longer before your brother council we can get that?
We're not on camera one. Only on camera two, we're just finishing the call.
Okay, I'm gonna close the room. Thank you. Okay. Hi, DPD, stand by. DDC, stand by. We're gonna get the interpreter. Okay, Mr. Bello, thank you so much, sir. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Bello, we're gonna swear you in. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that you will, to the best of your ability, translate from English to Spanish and Spanish to English?
Yes, I do.
And if you would, your name, sir, for the record?
Pablo Bello, Pablo Bello.
Okay, thank you. All right, council, you ready? Okay, we are on the record calling case number 210-44556.
Están llamando el caso 210-44556.
People who said in Michigan versus Gustavo Piedra.
El estado de Michigan contra el señor Gustavo Piedra.
Also known as Gustavo Piedra Delgado.
También conocido como Gustavo Piedra Delgado.
And counsel, your appearance for the record, please.
Por favor, ¿quién?
Jessica Shire, on behalf of the defendant, Mr. Piedra, who waives formal reading, understands his constitutional rights and stands still.
Le están diciendo que se entiende sus derechos constitucionales.
Sí.
Yes.
Court will waive the formal reading and to a not guilty plea on your client's behalf.
Y está parece que está hablando sobre el abogado.
Counsel, Esteban.
Your Honor, my client is 23 years old. He's been in Michigan for 5 years. He was employed doing landscaping.
Mr. Bello,
Tiene,
interpretation, please.
tiene 23 años, está viviendo en Michigan por 5 años y tiene su propia compañía de jardinería.
He has one kid and one on the way.
Mr. Bello,
I didn't hear you, Your Honor.
He has one kid and one on the way.
Tiene tiene un niño y tiene su esposa está embarazada, está esperando otro hijo.
He understands the no contact order and he does not reside with the complaining witness.
No puede usted tener contacto con la persona que agredió. No puede ser, tiene una orden de alejamiento, señor.
where is your client going to stay while this case is pending?
Your Honor, I have the address that he is going to stay at, and it is not, it's my understanding that that's not where the complaining witness lives. It's an alternative, address, and I was provided with that. I will say it's on Casper, Street, but I'm not gonna put, it all on the record, Your Honor, but I have provided to the court if you'd like.
Dice que usted tiene que quedarse en otra dirección que ya usted proveyó la dirección 216 Casper Street. Dice que ahí se tiene usted que quedar, no puede usted ir a la casa o acercarse a la casa, señor.
DDC is the bond. Are there any holds?
No holds, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Ahora
Counsel, court takes into account your representations.
Ahora la jueza está preguntando por su abogado, señor.
Including your office proactively addressing what is going to be a no contact order while this case is pending.
La jueza está diciendo que no puede usted acercarse a la persona que agredió mientras se esté llevando a cabo este proceso, señor.
Court is also taking into account the pandemic facing the nation at this time.
También hay que tomar en consideración que hay una pandemia ahorita en este momento.
As well as your client's gainful employment and ties to the community.
Y también está hablando de su empleo y del servicio a la comunidad.
For those reasons, court will set bond in the amount of $7,500 personal.
Le está fijando una fianza de $7,500, señor.
Also, while this case is pending, your client will be subject to Wayne County Sheriff's GPS tether.
La jueza está diciendo que le tienen que poner un brazalete para localizarlo, lo que se llama un GPS, un brazalete.
Also, while this case is pending,
también mientras este caso está pendiente,
your clients have absolutely no contact with the complaining witness, Dolores Fuentes.
no puede usted tener ninguna clase de contacto con la señora Dolores Fuentes, señor.
No contact means no written or verbal communication with this person.
No puedes tener ninguna clase de contacto, no puedes llamarla por teléfono, mensajes de texto, nada de ni terceras personas.
No messages to her through third parties.
No puedes mandarles mensajes, no puedes mandarle mensajes a través de terceras personas tampoco.
The no contact order also extends to her place of residence and place of employment.
Tampoco puedes ir a su casa, no puedes ir al lugar donde trabaja tampoco.
And no social media contacts directly or indirectly.
No puedes tampoco tener contacto a través de Facebook o de las redes sociales directamente o indirectamente.
Also, you're not to leave the state of Michigan without the prior approval of the court.
Tampoco puedes salir del estado de Michigan sin el permiso del tribunal.
Madam Counsel, is there anything further?
Mayor, can I just have the court date?
I'm sorry, court date is May 17, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. at the 36th District Court in front of Judge Garrett.
Dice que la próxima audiencia es el 17 de mayo a las 8:30 de la mañana en el distrito, el Tribunal de Distrito 36 con el juez Garrett.
Counsel, is there anything further?
Nothing further, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, gentlemen.
Eso es todo, señor.
Piedra, we are concluded. Thank you, Mr. Bello.
Thank you, Your Honor. Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you.
And Your Honor, is there a retained counsel on one of the matters?
Number 11.
Yes, DDC, at this time, we're concluded with Mr. Piedra. We do have one retained attorney for Mr. Kegler. I can get him ready, and court just has to finish paperwork on this last case.
Copy that, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Step with the white black line first. Yes, sir. Let me know.
Okay, name, sir?
Elijah Kegler.
Okay, we are on the record calling case number 210-570-10, Peterson, Michigan versus Elijah Kegler. Counsel, your appearance and P number for the record, please.
Good afternoon, Danielle Catterate, 77162 on behalf of Elijah Kegler.
Okay, counsel, real quick, is that 77162?
Yes.
Okay, waiving the formal reading, sign your client mute.
Yes.
Okay, cool, waive the formal reading and turn not guilty plea on your client's behalf. There's a Zoom probable cause conference date, May 10, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. to 36th District Court, followed by a Zoom preliminary examination date, May 17, 2021 at 1:30 p.m. at the 36th District Court in front of Judge Archer, and that's the bond, ma'am.
Esteban, these charges seem very harsh, but what had transpired is that his 11-year-old son got a hold of his pistol and somehow got a hold of the ammunition, and playing with the gun accidentally killed himself. My client has never had any kind of police contact. I'm asking for a personal bond. He does still have 2 other children with his very long-time girlfriend. They're all still together. The conditions of this case, I'm kind of surprised that Wayne County even charged it. I know it's asking a lot because of the charges, but I think that a personal bond is fitting here because he's not a danger to the community. He's not going to run. He turned himself in this morning. He got notice that there was a warrant. He immediately retained an attorney. I was in contact with the fugitive apprehension team. We set everything up to happen, this morning and today. He does want to address these charges. So if there's any other questions that you'd like to ask for that personal bond, let me know. I don't know what other information you want from me.
Okay, thanks, counsel. DDC is bond. Are there any holds?
No hold, Your Honor.
All right, counsel, of course, there's some counter representations, including what you indicate are your client's very vast long-term ties to the community, including family and residence and gainful employment. And also, again, the charges are particularly serious and very concerning to the court because the court has an overall concern about ensuring safety to any other members of the household as well as the community at large. And again, the court is mindful of your representations with regard to these allegations that led to the incident charges in this case. Here's what the court is going to do. Set bond in the amount of $275,000 personal bond. Your client is going to be subject to Wayne County Sheriff's GPS tether.
Is there any way that I can ask that he be released and go get fitted for the tether on his own instead of waiting in custody for the tether?
Counsel, stand by.
That is, if you're not transporting, that is.
Okay, so noted. Counsel, court will also mark the file medical with regard to
I'm sorry?
the dialysis.
So yeah, I guess you understand. I can't hear what else is being said in the courtroom. He does have a medical condition with.
Yes, counsel, the court has indicated medical on his file.
Okay. So is there any way I could understand if you said it was okay for him to go get the tether on his own?
The court has indicated on the minutes that he may go to Wayne County Sheriff's for tether. Do you copy?
Yes. Okay.
Anything further?
No, that's it. Thank you very much.
Okay, you're all set, so you can step away from the camera. Okay, DDC, I think that's everything in terms of retained attorneys or any other matters outstanding. We should be able to go down the list. And by counsel, are we ready to go down the list, or is there any? Yes? Okay, got it, thank you. DDC, on the men's side, we should be able to go straight down the list. Ready when you are.
You gotta put them on, gotta go to the county.
How many are on the women's side? Just one? Okay, that's fine.
So don't go fast because I just got all these folders. You gotta check. Okay. Kendrick. Come on.
Hi, your name, sir?
Hi, my name is Khalid Kendrick.
Okay, thank you. Calling case number 210-57475, people say Michigan versus Khalid Nino Kendrick Bay, counsel.
Sir, on behalf of the defendant, Mr. Kendrick Bay, who is from a reading, understands his constitutional rights to stand.
Call away the formal reading and tonight get to on your client's behalf as a Zoom probable cause conference day, May 17, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. to Thursday District Court with a preliminary examination date by Zoom to be determined in front of the Giles and Esteban.
Your Honor, my client is 24 years old, lifelong resident. Your Honor, he is unemployed at this moment. He did do 2 years of college. He lives with his sister. I understand these are serious charges, however, they are allegations. We are in a pandemic. I'm respectfully asking the court to consider a personal bond. He understands the seriousness of this. He is familiar with Zoom. He will be on it, and he does have family support, Your Honor.
Thank you, DDC. Is my hold?
He has a hold, Your Honor.
Thank you. Counsel Court takes account representation to include your client's significant family residential ties and long-term ties to the community. Further, these are non-assaultive charges. The most concerning thing actually is count 2 with regard to ensuring that your client's not operating a motor vehicle unless or until he has proper driving privileges, and while this case is pending. So the court will do the following. Court will set bond $2,500 personal bond, and your client is not to operate a motor vehicle unless or until he has proper driving privileges. Is there anything further?
And Your Honor, I know that we're not here for the facts, we're here for the engagement. However, Mr. Kendrick Bay was confused about that charge because according to him, he does have a valid driver's license and he was able to rent a car with that valid driver's license. So I don't know, why and how that charge came about. I know we're not here for that, but I know the court is gonna tell him he can't drive right now, so if the license is in fact valid, I just wanted to put that on the record and let the court know.
So noted. Thank you, counsel.
Excuse
Let the
me.
record reflect. Sir, please be advised, your attorney is here representing your interests, sir. Stand by, because the court is confident that among the things that your attorney has spoken to you about is your right to remain silent. Anything that you say in this proceeding or any other can and will be used against you in a court of law, sir. Counsel, be advised and let the record reflect the review of the file indicates that allegedly, at the time when officers came in contact with your client, he was unable to provide a valid driver's license or paperwork for the vehicle. And also that a lien check on the vehicle indicated that the vehicle was listed as stolen. Again, these are allegations only, but that is information that's provided to the file independent of these things. And the elements that you've touched on are certainly things that can get addressed and remedied or at least addressed in full at the time of exam, and your client is fully entitled to that right to see and hear all the witnesses the prosecutor would bring to support their case, and your client will be in a position through his attorney to be able to provide information as well to address those particular points. So that court does take that into account. Further, let the record reflect that any concerns that your client may have regarding his driver's license status, he would need to address with the Secretary of State, because the information that, at least at the time of the time that officers made contact with your client, in the lien system, the Secretary of State had his license showing as suspended. So that would be something, as far as the status, he would need to address with the Secretary of State directly. Okay, counsel, be that as it may, again, the court indicates for the record of the Michigan court rules that these are non-assaultive charges. Further, the client does have significant ties to the community. For those reasons, court is setting binding amount of $2,500 personal bond. And again, for the reasons indicated before, that unless or until he has an actual hard copy driver's license in his hand, indicating that his status of that license is valid, he is not to operate a motor vehicle. So again, any issues about his driving privileges or that status, he needs to address directly with the Secretary of State. Is there anything further? Do you understand, sir? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, anything further, counsel?
Nothing further.
Okay, thank you. We're all set. You can step away from the camera, sir. Hi, your name, sir?
Hello.
Hi, your name, sir?
Brandon Smith.
Thank you. Calling case number 210-57477, People say Michigan versus Bryant and DeAndre Smith, counsel.
Mr. Chair, we have Mr. Smith, who is from a reading understands constitutional rights of San
Well, with formal reading, enter not guilty plea on your client's behalf. This is Zoom probable cause conference date set for May 26, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. for 36th District Court, followed by a Zoom examination date June 2nd, 2021 at 8:30 at 9 o'clock at the 36th District Court of Judge McConaughey, and as done.
Mr. Smith is 34 years old, lifelong resident of Detroit, no prior to my knowledge, is employed at Washington Market. He's a high school grad, not on probation or parole. Has 2 kids, has community ties, family ties. This is not assaulted or misconduct for personal.
Thank you, counsel. Do you see his bond or any holds?
He has holds, Your Honor.
Thank you, counsel. Court takes counsel representation to clear this is not assaultive. Pandemic faces the nation as well as your client's significant family residential ties to the community. And this is not assaultive. Again, those elements under the court rules, court will set bond in the amount of $2,000 personal bond and no firearms while this case is pending. Is there anything further? Okay, you're all set, so you can step away from the camera.
Step on that white line, say your first last name, leave that mask on at all times, leave it on at all times.
Hi, your name, sir?
Theodore Bolton. Theodore Bolton.
Okay, thank you. Calling case number 160593350, people state of Michigan versus Theodore Burton, counsel.
Mr. Chair, on behalf of the defendant, Mr. Burton, we have formal reading of the defendant's constitutional rights and stand you.
We'll wait formal reading and turn not guilty plea on your client's behalf. This is Zoom probable cause conference date, May 17, 2021 at 8:30 at the 36th District Court, followed by Zoom clear examination date to be determined. Judge Jones and Esteban.
He is 28 years old, lifelong resident of Michigan, so prior to my knowledge, he's a high school grad, he's been unemployed he also did some college. He's on probation or parole, he does suffer from high blood pressure. Your Honor, this incident allegedly is from 2015, so it does have some age to it. Doesn't appear that he's ever rained on this in his history. This is not assaulted or respectful action, of course, you consider your personal law.
Thank you, D.C. Monica Holt.
He has a hold, Your Honor.
Thank you, Counsel for today's representations, including non-assault of the pandemic facing the nation, also your client's employment status and whether or not he's able to post a bond. Also, again, these are non-assaultive, and while he does have other matters outstanding in other jurisdictions, this is non-assaultive, given those elements. As in this case, someone set bond amount of $1,000 personal bond. Is there anything further? Okay, you're all set, sir. You can step away from the camera. And May 17 is the date.
Step on the line, state your name.
Tyrone Montgomery.
Thank you.
I'm gonna grab this sheet real quick.
Okay, it's fine. Stand by, sir. Your attorney just has to go get some additional information for your file, sir. Okay, thank you. This is case number 210-57474, people state of Michigan versus Tyrone DeJuan Montgomery, counsel.
Mr. Chair, on behalf of the defendant, Mr. Montgomery, we have formal reading and defendant's constitutional rights and stand you.
Go with formal reading and turn not guilty plea on your client's behalf is a Zoom public cause conference day, May 26, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. to 36th District Court, followed by Zoom clinic examination day, June 2nd, 2021 at 9 o'clock to 36th District Court, also by Zoom in front of Judge Mechanico and Esteban.
Your Honor, he is 41 years old, lifelong resident of Detroit, is a high school grad and is of college. He is employed. He does not have prior assault or criminal convictions. He lives with his 2 kids. This is not assaultive. I respect that the court should consider it personal.
Thank you, DDC is Bondoni Holt.
He has a hold, Your Honor.
Thank you. Counsel Court takes counsel representations, including your client's significant family, residential ties to the community, also any other matters that lay the basis for the habitual third are actually significantly older cases, and this is not assaultive. So given the criteria in the Michigan court rules, as bond, court will set bond amount $2,000 personal bond, and no firearms while this case is pending. Is there anything further?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, you're all set, so you can step away from the camera.
Step on the black line, state your name.
Hi, your name, sir? Thank you. Thank you, sir. Calling case number 210-574-8001, people say Michigan versus Juan Martez Williams, counsel.
Mr. Chair, on behalf of the defendant, Mr. Williams, we have formal reading and defendant's constitutional rights and stand you.
Go with formal reading and turn not guilty plea on your client's behalf. This is Zoom probable cause conference May 26, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. to 36th District Court, followed by Zoom clinic examination day, June 2nd, 2021 at 9 o'clock. Also at the 36th District Court by Zoom in front of Judge Mechanico and Esteban.
23 years old, lifelong resident of Detroit, no priors, is employed at the Dearborn Truck Plant, has been there for 5 years, high school grad. This is not assaultive. I'm asking for a personal.
Thank you, DDC is one of the Nicole.
He has no hold, Your Honor.
Thank you, Council. Court takes account representations, including the pandemic facing the nation. This is a non-assaultive matter. Your client has no hold. Also, very significant family residential ties as well as gainful employment in the community, given those elements. Public set bond amount of $1,000, personal bond, and no firearms while this case is pending. Is there anything further? You're all set, sir. You can wait for camera.
Shut it down on me, man. So I couldn't get the place. I'm sitting here, man. He's calling.
I'm talking to him.
Oh.
Come on, you can step in.
Champion Johnson.
Yeah.
Hi, your name, sir? Hi, your name, sir?
Finding yourself?
Doing well, sir. Your name, sir?
Champion Johnson the fourth.
Thank you. Calling case number 210-57475, People Michigan versus Champion Johnson, the fourth. Counsel.
Mr. Chairman, on behalf of the Senate, Mr. Johnson, who is formal reading, understands the constitutional rights and standards.
Full waive the formal reading, enter a not guilty plea on your client's behalf as a Zoom. Probable cause conference date, May 26, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. for Thursday District Court, followed by a Zoom clinical examination date, June 2nd, 2021 at 9 o'clock for Thursday District Court in front of Mechanical and as fun.
Your Honor, Mr. Johnson is 36 years old, lifelong resident of the Michigan area. He has no priors. He's self-employed. He got his associate's degree at ITT Tech, now on probation or parole. This will be on the kids. This is not assaultive. I'm asking for a personal bond.
Thank you. Did you see? Ms. Vaughn, already hold.
No hold, Your Honor.
Thank you. Counsel Court takes account representations, including your client's significant long-term ties to the community. This is non-assaultive. Court also takes into account the pandemic facing the nation, given those elements under the Michigan court rules. Court set bond amount of $1,000, personal bond, and no firearms while this case is pending. Is there anything further? Okay, you're all set. So you can switch the camera.
You all set, sir.
Thank you. So, I need you to get a personal bond?
Yes, you got a personal bond.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
7 this way. You have like 9 first and last name.
Hi, your name, sir?
Russell Asby.
Thank you. Calling case number 2105741, People Michigan versus Russell Asby, also known as Russell Steveland Asby, also known as Russell Steveland Asby. Counsel. Full with formal reading, and tonight goes to play on your client's behalf. There's a Zoom. Probable cause conference date, May 26, 2021, at 8:30 a.m. to Thursday District Court, followed by a Zoom clinical examination date, June 2nd, 2021, at 9 o'clock, Thursday District Court, in front of Judge Mechanico and as the bond.
He is 39 years old, lifelong resident of Detroit, is employed at CR134, is a high school grad, now on probation or parole, this is not assaulted or not guilty.
Thank you, DVC is by Larry Hold.
He has hold, Your Honor.
Thank you, Counsel Court takes account your representations under Michigan court rules that your client has very significant ties to the community, including long-term employment as well as ties to the community. This is a non-assaultive matter in the pandemic facing the nation. Given those elements, court will set bond $2,000 personal bond and no firearms while this case is pending. Is there anything further? You're all set, sir. Can you step away from the camera?
Let me see what you have. You got personal bond. 7 to the left, on your butt. White, black, 9 first and last name. That mask in those damn mouth.
Hello, how you doing?
Hi, your name, sir?
Gerard.
Thank you. Calling case number 2105745, People Michigan versus Gerald Devon Allen, Counsel.
Mr. Chairman, on behalf of the Senate, Mr. Allen, who is formal reading, understands the constitutional rights and standards.
Full waive the formal reading, enter a not guilty plea on your client's behalf. This is Zoom, probable cause conference date, May 26, 2021 at 8:30 a.m., followed by a Zoom clinical examination date, June 2nd, 2021 at 9 o'clock, at the Thursday District Court in front of Judge Mechanico and as the bond.
Your Honor, Mr. Allen is 28 years old. He's a lifelong resident of Michigan. He has no priors. He got his bachelor's in social work at Central State University. He is employed with East Point Schools. He's a social worker, substitute teacher, and a football coach, and an access mentor. Your Honor, he has great community ties. I'm respectfully asking the court to consider a personal bond.
Thank you, DDC. Is bond already hold?
No hold, Your Honor.
Thank you, Counsel Court takes account representations, including this is non-assaultive, the pandemic facing the nation, also your client's very significant family and residential ties to the community, as well as his contributions to the community, and no holds given those elements, court will set bond amount of $1,000, personal bond, and no firearms. While this case is pending, is there anything further? You're all set, sir. You step away from camera.
Can I step away?
Yeah, you got
Excuse me. Personal comment? That's fine. Michael
Hi, your name, sir?
Michael Townsend.
Thank you, sir. Calling case number 2105744. Gibson, Michigan versus Michael Lee Townsend Jr., also known as Michael Townsend Jr. And counsel your appearance. Forward the formal reading and to not guilty plea on your client's behalf. This is Zoom public class conference day, May 26, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. to 36th District Court. Called by Zoom Center examination date June 2nd, 2021 at 9 a.m. to 36th District Court. Judge Panico and Esteban.
29 years old, lifelong resident of Detroit, no priors, unemployed due to the COVID, high school grad, lives with his girlfriend and 2 kids, is not assaulted by my single person.
Thank you. Did you see is the bond under in hold?
No hold, Your Honor.
Thank you, Council Court. Please note representations, including your client's significant family and residential ties to the community. Also, the pandemic facing the nation, as well as the this being a non-assault case. Given those elements, public set bond amount $2,000, personal bond, and no firearms. While the case is pending, is there anything further? Okay, you're all set, sir. You separate from the camera.
Step on the line, state your name. Keep your mask up.
Hi, your name, sir? Thank you.
Real number.
Calling case number 21044. 558, people say Michigan versus Terrell Dion Nimox, counsel.
Mr. Chair, on behalf of the defendant, Mr. Miller, who is formal reading of the second constitutional right,
Forward the formal reading. Enter not guilty plea on your client's behalf. This is Zoom. Pre-trial date set for May 19, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. to 36th District Court in front of Judge Bryant and Esteban.
Your Honor, my client is 41 years old. He is a lifelong resident of Detroit. He has no priors to my knowledge. He is employed as an independent contractor with Big Ward Construction. He did get his CDD through job corps. He's not on probation of parole. Your Honor, the complaining witness is his daughter. He does reside with his wife and kids, but he will be staying at his mother's house. He did provide us with that address. He understands the no contact order. I'm respectfully asking the court to consider his personal.
Thank you. Do you see his funds when he holds?
He has hold, Your Honor.
Thank you, Counsel Court. Takes the counter representations, including your client's significant long-term family and residential ties, as well as gainful employment in the community. Further, the court does appreciate your office addressing what's going to be a no contact order while this case is pending. At this time, corporate set bonds in the amount of $1,200 personal bond. While this case is pending, no contact with the complaining witness, Ayana Doughton. No contact means no written or verbal communication with this person, no messages or to third parties. No contact would also extend to a place of residence and place of employment, and no social media contacts, directly or indirectly. Is there anything further? You're all set, so you separate from the camera.
Thank
Step on the line, state your name.
Willie Green Jr.
Thank you. Calling. Case number 21044, 557, Gibson, Michigan versus Willie Green Jr. Counsel.
Mr. Chairman, we have a Mr. Greenway formal reading and defense constitutional rights.
Go with the formal reading. Enter not guilty plea. Your client's behalf. There's a Zoom pretrial date, May 17, 2021, at 8:30 a.m. at 36th District Court in front of Judge Garrett and Esteban.
Your Honor, Mr. Green is 57 years old, lifelong resident of Detroit, no prior to my knowledge, is employed at Ramsey Detail Shop, been there for 5 years. He's a high school grad, not on probation or parole. He was in the U.S. Army for 4 years, Your Honor. He was living with a complaining witness, but he does have a new address to stay at. Your Honor, he did provide us with that alternative residence. I respectfully ask the court to consider his personal law.
Thank you. And DDC has bonded. Are there any holds?
No hold, Your Honor.
Thank you, and counsel of the court and Mr. Green, court appreciates and thanks you for your service to the country. Counsel court takes counsel representations as well as your client's significant family residential ties to the community. Also, the court does appreciate your office proactively addressing what's going to be a no contact order while this case is pending for the reasons stated under the Michigan court rules to ensure safety of the community as well as that of the complaining witness while the case is pending. Posted bond in the amount of $5,000 personal bond. While this case is pending, no contact with the complaining witness, Barbara Bennett. No contact means no written or verbal communication with this person, no messages or through third parties. No contact would also extend to place of residence and place of employment, and no social media contacts directly or indirectly. Is there anything further?
No, thank you.
You're all set, sir. You can step away from the camera.
I got a personal one.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes. Stand by for sidebar.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. We're back on the record. Your name, sir?
My name is Abdul Rahman. Hi.
Thank you. We are on the record. Calling. Calling case number 1904441, Peterson, Michigan versus Abdul Rahman Khalid Dindi Ahmad. Counsel.
Sir, on behalf of the Senate, Mr. Abdul Rahman, who is for reading and defense constitutional rights of citizens.
Okay, court with the formal reading, enter a not guilty plea on your client's behalf. Counsel, let the record reflect a review of the file shows that your client missed a review date on March 1 of 2021 in front of Judge Bryant, at which time a capers was issued at that time for review and bonds in the amount of $500, 10%. And this court does recognize that this was earlier this earlier this year, in the early part of March, and your client missed a review date. Before we set dates, is there any information you can provide regarding why your client failed to appear for his review date?
I cannot unless I ask, Your Honor, I will say, that during the pandemic, I know the courts were open on and off, closed, people were being turned away at the door, but I cannot, put anything on the record unless I ask you, Your Honor, because I'm not positive as to why.
I know that. DDC is the bond. Are there any halts?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. Council, this is what the court is going to do. The court is taking into account that since the original date of this offense was in 2019, the court, again, as you indicated, has gone through a lot of changes over time as needed to meet the overall needs merited by, or rather warranted due to the pandemic. And also this court is aware that Judge Bryant has given this court authority to exercise this discretion with regard to capious bonds issued by her court. For those reasons, at this time, the court is going to set it at a $5,000 personal bond. And your client understands that he needs to show up, and if it's going to be by Zoom, and the likelihood is high it's going to be by Zoom, that next date he needs to appear, and needs to keep coming back for all of his dates until the judge tells him that he's done with this case. He understands that? All right. Counsel, anything further? Okay. Thank you. Date's going to be May 19, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. for review at the Thursday District Court. Defendant Judge Bryant. Counsel, is there anything further? Okay, and also, stand by. Also, because of the type of case, while this case is pending, he is still to have no contact with complaining witness Shakaris Bennett. No contact means no written or verbal communication to this person, no messages to them to third parties. No contact or those extended to the place of residence and place of employment, and no social media contact directly or indirectly. Is there anything further? Okay, you're all set, sir. You step away from the camera.
Step from the camera. Okay.
Yes, you can.
Hi, your name, sir?
Billy Underwood.
Thank you. Calling case number 210-57488. Visit Michigan versus Billy Wayne Underwood. Counsel.
Mr. Sharp, on behalf of Mr. Underwood, who is from the reading of the Fifth Constitutional Rights.
Call with formal reading. If you're not guilty, declaring your client's behalf is a Zoom. Probable cause conference date, May 17, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. for Thursday District Court, filed by Zoom. Preliminary examination date to be determined. In front of Judge Jones and Esteban.
Now, Mr. Underwood is 63 years old. He's a lifelong resident of Detroit. He is self-employed as a tow truck driver. He's a high school grad. He does receive government assistance. Your Honor, he was staying with the complaining witness, but he does have an alternative residence to stay at. He did provide me with that address. He understands the no contact order. Your Honor, we are in a pandemic. He did have surgery 2 weeks ago, Your Honor. I'm respectfully asking the court to consider a high personal bond here, Your Honor. I understand these are serious charges, however, they are allegations, Your Honor.
Thank you. DDC is bond any hold.
Hold, Your Honor.
All right, counsel, court's going to mark the file medical. Let the record reflect. Zoom probable cause conference date May 21, 2021. Also, court's going to set bond in the amount of $10,000 personal bond. While this case is pending, no contact with complaining witness Tanya Heron. No contact means no written or verbal communication with this person, no messages to her through third parties. The no contact order also extends to her place of residence and place of employment. And no social media contacts directly or indirectly. Is there anything further?
Your Honor, is this date the 17th or the 20th?
The 17th, Your Honor.
We have May 17th. Yes, ma'am. Anything further?
Nothing further.
You're all set, sir. You can step away from the camera.
Go with green. Step on line, state your name.
Rotate Coleman.
Thank you. Calling. Case number 21057-486. Houston, Michigan versus Ortez Malik Coleman. Counsel.
Mr. Sharp, on behalf of Mr. Coleman, who is from the reading of the Fifth Constitutional Rights.
Forward formal reading. Enter not guilty plea. On your client's behalf, this is Zoom call cause conference date, May 18, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. to Thursday District Court in front of Judge King and Esteban.
Your Honor, my client is 22 years old, lifelong resident of Detroit, is employed at a collision shop, is a high school grad, and is grade school and not on probation or parole, lives with girlfriend and kids. This is not assaultive. I request by asking the court for a personal bond.
Thank you, DDC. Esteban, any hold?
No hold, Your Honor.
Thank you. Counsel Court takes counter representations, including the pandemic facing the nation, and also under the criteria under the court rules that your client has significant family residential ties, as well as gainful employment and long-term ties to the community, and this is non-assaultive. Given those elements, subset bond the amount of $1,200 personal bond. Is there anything further? You're all set, sir. You step away from the camera.
You step away.
Hi, your name, sir?
Orlando Sub.
Thank you. Calling case number 210-574-90. People of Michigan versus Orlando Suggs, also known as Orlando Tyrell, and City Council.
On behalf of the defendant, Mr. Suggs, with formal reading, understand constitutional rights and standards.
Go with formal reading, enter a not guilty plea on your client's behalf. This is Zoom, proper cause conference date, May 17, 2021, at 8:30 a.m. to Thursday District Court. In front of Judge Jones and Esteban.
54 years old, was received as a sign, not on probation or parole, has two kids, lives alone, understands that he needs to make it to all his court dates. We discussed Zoom, he does have somebody to help him out with that. These are not assaultive, Your Honor. I would respectfully ask the court to consider a personal bond.
Thank you. DDC is bond on hold.
No hold, Your Honor.
Thank you. Counsel Court takes counter representations, including his long-term ties to the community. Also, under Michigan Court rules, this is non-assaultive, and also, and it doesn't appear there's anything recent in terms of any other jurisdictions looking for which your client has matters. Given those elements, Copaset bond in the amount of $5,000 personal bond, and no firearms while this case is pending. Is there anything further?
Yes, Your Honor. If Mr. Stubbs can provide me with just the last 4 digits of his phone number, I think there's one number missing, and I want to make sure that the court has his phone number.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Suggs. You don't, okay, be advised, we are streaming live to YouTube, so we don't want to give out your personal information. The attorney is asking for only the last 4 digits of your telephone number, please.
5888, ma'am.
Oh, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Counsel, is there anything further?
Nothing further.
Okay, you're all set, sir. Thank you very much. You're all set. You can step away from the camera.
Thank you, ma'am. What about ma'am?
You got personal bond, sorry, bro?
I said, I didn't know what there.
Shit, we'll get a paperwork for you. We get to it. I got it. Thank
Oh, I'm talking to attorney. Good, I can catch you.
The last mail is being viewed, and the female has been interviewed.
Thank you. Do you know about how much longer it'll be, because we can go maybe to the women's side? Counsel, do you think we can go to the women's side, or how about how long do you think?
Probably just a couple of minutes, up to you.
Okay, thank you. Court stands in brief recess.
you, ma'am.
After that, y'all hand me all these folders and crap.
No, Mitch, no.
Yeah, I printed them out in a second.
Yep, I got it. Okay. Yep. We're ready.
Bring them in.
Okay, ready when you are.
Put him in. On the line, safety man.
Hi, your name, sir?
Marvin Hinton.
Okay. Calling case number 210-57487. People State Michigan versus Marvin Lee Patterson, also known as Marvin Lee Hinton, counsel.
So, Sheriff, on behalf of the defendant,
Full with formal reading, and you're not guilty of on your client's behalf. There is a Zoom probable cause conference date May 18, 2021, at 8:30 a.m. for Thursday District Court. Frontage Archer and Esteban.
Your Honor, D35 result, like one resident of Michigan, is a security guard at the Center, the high school grad. He does have some asthma, that's his kid. He did not assault charges in our allegations, Your Honor. Respectfully, I ask the court to consider a personal bond, he also takes care of his mobile and Your Honor.
Thank you. DDC is bond when you hold.
He has holes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Counsel court takes counsel representation, including your client's significant long-term ties to the community, including family, residential, as well as gainful employment. Also, under the court rules, the pandemic facing the nation, and that these are non-assaultive charges, given those elements. What was that bond? The amount of $7,500 personal bond, and no firearms. This case is pending. Is there anything further? Okay, also, sir, you step away from the camera. DDC, it's everything on the men's side. So anyone's been with you for 48 hours or more.
No, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. See you outside.
We got. So we just had one lane, that was Mr. Williams, Houston, that was it. We did get wild first about 10:30, 11:30, and about 2:30, from the organization day. You right there? All right. You're gonna step in the black line, Mr. Floyd, gonna take your hoodie off, step in that black line, say your first and last name. Yep. Put your mask on, Mr. Chief. Put your mask on. That's your judge, say your name. Gloria Houston.
Okay, calling case number 210-44555, Sam, Michigan, versus Gloria Denise Houston with multiple, with aliases, but specifically as to the spelling of the last name. Counsel, before we get started, ma'am, how do you spell your last name?
Huston.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Counsel, your appearance, please.
Just to share on behalf of the defendant, Ms. Houston, with formal reading and stand for constitutional rights of the defendant.
Okay, call away the formal reading into your not guilty plea on your client's behalf. Counsel, this court is prepared to set a personal bond, but the court also did take an opportunity to review some details in the file. It appears that the complainant in this case is a neighbor. Further, a further element before we get setting dates and conditions of bond is that it appears that they reside in, like, say, for example, it's like a duplex or a two-family flat or a duplex. So they're in close proximity to each other. So if you want to go forward with the bond argument or address what's going to be a no contact order at the very least.
Your Honor, I believe he does have an alternative residence that he's staying at Cooper.
Okay, thank you. All right, thank you. Okay, thank you. So here's what we're going to do. Court's going to wait for we're reading into your not guilty plea on your client's behalf. There's a Zoom free trial date, May 19, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. to Thursday District Court in front of Judge Bryant and other details as to bond, ma'am.
62 years old, lifelong resident of Detroit, no prior to my knowledge, unemployed, understands no contract order. SSI.
Okay, to your knowledge, counsel, and the court appreciates you presenting that information as part of the bond argument because it does go to a bond and conditions of bond. To your knowledge, is your client taking medication? with regard to that condition?
Yes, Your Honor.
She is? Yes.
She is, she suffers from being bipolar, Your Honor, and.
Is she taking medication?
Ms. Houston, are you on medication?
Yes, I am.
And you're currently taking it?
No, I don't have a problem taking it.
I'm sorry, ma'am?
Are you currently taking your medication?
Yes, I am.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Counsel, here's what, and thank you, counsel. Court appreciates that. Here's what the court is going to do. Oh, DDC is bond. Are there any halts?
She has one hold on her hamtramck, Your Honor.
Okay, here's what we're going to do. It's going to be a personal bond. Court's going to set bond in the amount of $2,000 personal bond. Also, counsel, here's, because there's a hold, here's what the court is going to do. Court is going to mark the file medical.
Copy that.
Regard to MI with medication. Also, while this case is pending, no contact with the complaining witness, Frederick Campbell. No contact means no written or verbal communication with this person, no messages sent through third parties. No contact would also extend to place of residence and place of employment. One other thing, counsel, which just go to what you indicated on the record with regard to your client's medical condition is with medication. The court did include a review of the file. One of the concerns being that an element, again, these are allegations, but one of the concerns is that at the time that officers came, again, these are allegations, but at the time when officers were made contact with your client, and once your client was conveyed to the Detroit Detention Center, it was determined by the DDC staff that she was in need of medical attention due to intoxication. So there's concern about that alcohol may have been a factor. Again, she's not charged, but it is a part of the allegations or perhaps an underlying element. As to this case, so given that your client is taking medication for a condition, what the court is going to include is your client is not to consume, possess, purchase, or be under the influence of alcohol, intoxicating substances. The only medication she's taking is what is specifically prescribed to her by a doctor. Okay, so no alcohol while this case is pending, and of course, bond and conditions of bond are subject to change, but the court wants to make sure that she's in a position to maximize the benefits of her medication and her regimen, so that she's in a position to be able to be present, to be able to be a part of her defense, and be able to speak with her attorney and work with her attorney, and to be able to make all of the court dates and to ensure that there are no complications and this case can run its course. Okay? Okay, so ma'am, while this case is pending, you need to stay with the medication and keep taking the medication you're supposed to that the doctor has prescribed for you, and no alcohol. Do you understand? You are not consuming alcohol, no drugs, nothing that the doctor has not prescribed for you, only what the doctor has prescribed, and no alcohol. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And no intoxicating substances. Again, anything that you take must be prescribed by your medical physician in your name. Counsel, is there anything further? Okay, ma'am, you're all set. And also no contact with Frederick Campbell. You're all set, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. DDC, I think that's everything at this time. Is there anyone who's been here for 48 hours or more?
No, Your Honor, we'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Yeah,